Okay, today's lesson is multiplying and dividing rationals. 5.2, I'm going to call it multiplying and dividing rationals. Okay, so example 1, 4x cubed over 2y squared times y, or 5y over x. Okay, so let's multiply. In the numerator, my coefficient becomes 4 times 5, 20. X's, I only have an x cubed, don't have it to combine it, and I have a y. In the denominator, I have a 2, I have a y squared and an x. If you want, you can switch that around just to be alphabetical order. Okay, so let's cancel. So I see a 20 and a 2, so I'm going to divide each by 2. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross that out and rewrite it as a 10. Cross that out and rewrite it as a 1. Okay, now x cubed and x, those both can be divided by an x. So if I take an x out of here, it would become x squared. And if I take an x out of there, it would become a 1. It would cancel. And here I see I can take out a y out of both. So if I take out a 1 y, that's gone. If I take out a y, this would become a y to the first power, or just y. So my final answer is 10x squared over a y. Okay, example 2. X squared minus 9 over x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 2x minus 3 over negative x squared plus x plus 2. Okay, so we just recalled all the factoring types, so let's see. We have a difference of squares for x squared minus 9. So we're going to go x plus 3, x minus 3 over x minus 2. Okay, now what happens when I divide fractions? I'm going to multiply and then I'm going to flip those around. Okay, so this is going to go on the numerator down here. Again, we talked about negative out because I don't like leading with a negative. I'm going to pull that out and change this to a positive x squared, a negative x, and a negative 2. Okay? And this trinomial, I'm going to break this down into a simple trinomial factors. I need to multiply to 3. I need to combine to negative 2. Now I'm going to change this trinomial on my next step. So I'm going to rewrite this one more time here. Nothing changes over here. I'm just going to write that as a dot so we don't get confused with an x actually. Negative 1. Okay, so I said I'm going to change this trinomial, so it's going to change into x needs to multiply to 2, so 2 and 1, needs to make negative 1 in the middle, so negative 2, positive 1. Okay, so we're all factored out. Now we need to look for anything on the numerator to be the same and cancel anything on the denominator, just like how we did up here. Okay, so I have an x minus 3 that I can cross off a numerator and a denominator. Here's an x plus 1 in my numerator denominator, and an x minus 2. And that completes all the cancels. So my final answer is negative 1 times x plus 3, or negative x minus 3. Okay, one more. Example 3. We're going to go x plus 1 over 4 divided by 2x squared plus 2x over x squared. Okay, so this is factored. 4 is nothing you can do with 4. I'm going to change that division to a multiply. So x squared is now going to go in the numerator. And there's something I can do with this. Anybody recognize the factor style? GCF. So you can take a 2x out of each of those terms. 2x bracket. 2x divided into this goes x times. 2x divided by 2x is 1. Now I can see x plus 1 factored is cancelled on the top and bottom. Here I can take an x out and an x out. So if I take an x out, it's gone. An x out leaves me with x to the first and no more canceling. So my final answer is x over 8. Okay, so factor, cancel numerators and denominators, and finalize your answer. But don't forget that when you're dividing, to multiply and reciprocate the second fraction.